EA Sports. It's in the game. You guys like my opening or not? Um, let's talk about FC26. Let's talk about in general. Is the game just boring, or is it we are just the biggest complainers that exists on planet Earth, and we have there's no game that will ever make us happy? Honestly, I don't know because I play the game. There's moments where I'm like, I want to play and I'm having fun, but there's also moments where I'm like playing the game and I'm like, man, this game just gets boring. For example, like a lot of people this year are complaining about like not liking the meta or not liking the rewards. For me, the meta, I never really cared too much about it. I've always decided to play with players that I want to play with and stuff like that. So I don't really care too much about what people are using. Like if people want to use like Claudia Pina, okay, if they want to like be 4 weeks into the game and still use this Claudia Pina and not realizing that there's other cards that are just as good as her or even better, just because the meta says Pina is that card that you must play with. Like at the end of the day, like I've played already with like many different cards and I seem to always get the same results. And I'm pretty sure if you would do the same thing, most likely you'll get the same results. Maybe you even get better results, or maybe sometimes you'll get a little bit less results. But at the end of the day, if you're someone like, for example, in Foot Champs that gets like anywhere between, let's say, 9 wins to 11 wins, most likely week by week, you'll be getting between 9 to 11 wins, no matter, regardless of what team you're playing. And if you're playing with Claudia Pina or if you're playing with, for example, I like to play with Zumane because she's Asian, my wife's Asian. So I'm like, hey, you know, I want to play with Zumane. Why not? You know what I mean? So it really like doesn't really matter in my view of like what you play with. Okay, it's not what's gonna make it's not what's gonna break the game for me. Like if someone else is playing with Claudia Pina, I don't care. Like I really don't care what you want to play with. For me, when I'm playing the game, I look at what I'm playing with, and if am I enjoying myself with what I'm playing with, am I trying different cards? That's my vision of the game. Okay, Ultimate Team has a very different meaning to a lot of people. They all have their own opinion of what is Ultimate Team to them, and for me, it's follow whatever your purpose is for Ultimate for you, right? But when it comes to rewards, I agree with people. I complained about this. I said it from the beginning when I saw the rewards of, sorry, I gotta take a sip of my coffee. Who here likes to drink lattes? I love to drink lattes. Um, just to give you an example, when you go on YouTube, I'm gonna talk about the rewards, but when you go on YouTube, let's say we put FC26, you know, like, and let's say we take the last week and we go by, let's go by view counts. Impressive. There's guys I still get 800,000 views. Wow, okay. I didn't expect to see that, to be honest with you, like 500, 600K views. But I had a point to this. A lot of them are shorts, though. I don't want shorts. I want videos. But I was gonna say, like, is it the game that's boring, or maybe content creators are boring? Because there's definitely some content creators that have made good videos. For example, like I played FC26 for 72 hours straight, got 300K views. You know, like great thumbnail. It looks like it must be an entertainment video. Maybe this guy Jimmy Fuzzle is very, very known. I don't really follow him, so I don't really know. But you know, like there's people that are still making some pretty good content out of the game. Okay, the purpose of me showing you this is because I wanted to see like the views and stuff like that, and in my head I was gonna see that the ones that are getting the biggest views are like pack openings, or like, you know, like just foot champion rewards or squad battle reward. You know what I mean? It's just like people opening up packs or like SBCs, like the Euros and stuff like that. Clearly there's other videos here that are actually making videos. But like, for example, Ozio is someone that I've watched. Again, like he's one of those type of guys that a lot of his videos are gonna be like for packs and stuff like that. Like viewer packs and stuff like that. Okay. But clearly I was a little wrong because I'm actually surprised with the amount of like people that actually have over like Danny Aarons, he's very very good, that have over Zano. I like him, the Italian guy. There's people that have clearly still a very good amount of views. Maybe it's the people that I watch that just don't have those views. For example, like I like to watch, like I still watch Nepenthes. I'm not sure why I clicked Nepenthes and it doesn't show me Nepenthes. But like, for example, I like to watch Nepenthes, for example. But Nepenthes doesn't get the views that he used to get. So he gets like 30K, maybe 40K, 50K sometimes, but mostly I would say in the 30Ks. It looks like, AA9 skills seems to be the same thing. Swayback seem like I'm more. These are more the guys I like to watch, and they have like the RTGs, and the RTGs for some reason they just don't do as well as they used to do, and that is most likely because people don't care as much, and also because the rewards are kind of like lame and they're boring. So for me, when season 2 comes, if the rewards are not better, I don't see how long this game lasts. I honestly don't see how long this game is gonna last, because when you look at the viewership of like FC26, like there's 22,000 people watching people play FC right now. The biggest ones that are there, Ozio, Boris Legend, a couple of these other guys, to be honest, I'm not really sure who they are. Sorry guys, probably they're very known. I just don't really watch them. But I think you get the point. There's not Nepenthes, of course. Like I said, I like to watch Nepenthes. There's not that many views compared to like previous years. Maybe because it's during the day or whatever. Nighttime there's a bit more views or whatever the case may be. But overall, what I'm trying to say is that the game is not rewarding enough for people to actually be like hooked to the game. Like, how many of you guys actually finish your division rivals 30 points? I stop at 15. And the reason why I stop at 15 is because you have no choice to get to, well, you don't have you do have a choice, but I mean you have no choice to at least win, like, let's say 4 games or whatever to get your foot champions points for you to be able to access foot champions. So at that point, I play it to 15 points because I know most likely when I get 4 wins, I already have like 12 points. Might as well just get 15 points, an extra win, and I get some sort of rewards. But the rewards are so bad that I don't care for the 30-point rewards. I just stop at 15. I know there's people that are saying like, oh, but there's bounties and divisions, it's fun. Bounties are rare, and when you do get some bounties, some of them work, some of them don't. I'm actually surprised that this hasn't been fixed. The fact that we don't get enough bounties, or we only get untradeable stuff constantly, is boring. It is a little bit boring to me just to see the non-stop untradeable stuff. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe some people like that, but I personally like, when you look at the SBCs, we've gotten a lot of these players, but again, all these players are untradeable, and they have zero value to your club, besides if you're gonna use them for your team, or if you're gonna use them for like, like whenever there's the tournaments or gauntlet or whatever, stuff like that. So they have value, yes, but not value in a way of saying that to your account, in a way of saying that you're increasing your coins. You're most likely always decreasing your coins unless you get lucky with one of the SBCs and one of the packs, and you end up opening up something because the packs are tradable, and you may hit something and make some coins. But the thing is that, do you make enough coins for the amount of coins you're losing per week based on the market just dropping constantly because there's too many cards. There's just too many special cards. EA said that they were gonna like slow down the power curve. And what is slowing down the power curve? Because slowing down the power curve for me would, and my vision would have been like having less promo cards, having less SBC players. Believe it or not, like I know that some people are like, oh no, don't take those things away. But if you want to slow down the power curve, adding a player SBC every day almost, or having a promo every week, it doesn't slow down the power curve. It kills the market constantly because everybody has a special card, and every slot there's so many other cards become like not worth anything no more because no one's going to use them. Instead, that if something new comes out, maybe they'll need a link or here and there, but the value of all the cards just drop because there's all these special cards coming out every day, all these untradeable cards most of the time coming out every day, which is like killing the fun part of what Ultimate Team used to be. Because for me at least, I remember the old days. Ultimate Team was about like getting cards or packing cards that had value. So if you either used it or sold it, there was always a coin distribution going either way from, you know, like you buying the card or you selling the card, but you always add value into your club because you always had coins. Like if you had a team, you had no untradables, pretty much everything was tradable, so your team was worth, let's say, 1 million coins, and it wouldn't like just drop to like 500,000 in 1 week. You know, like it could have lost value, sure, but not that fast. Right now, because of all the untradables, the way cards lose value, it's so quicker, and they lose such big chunks so quickly that you're just like losing constant coins for playing the game, and you're never catching up, never, unless you get extremely lucky. But how many people do actually get lucky? Guys, again, I apologize if this bothers you when I drink my coffee, but you know, I got a coffee, I gotta drink it. Anyways, if you guys want to leave a comment, let me know what you guys think is the issue, or is there maybe just that as we've been playing for so many years the same mold, that maybe the mold is just not fun anymore? Could it be like I always want Ultimate Team, like I always want it, but at the end, like I've always been somebody that's played for like a little duration, and then I would leave and go play other games. I was never someone to stay for the full year, but I used to at least stay for a couple months. I would say probably even 5-6 months, like half of the year playing the game, where I feel like in the last couple of years, I'm not even getting to team of the season or team of the year. Like I'm just not even getting there because I'm just like, I get fed up with the game too quickly, or maybe we're playing the game too much. There's so many things to do in the game. There's so many different like modes for you to go in, that it's like you played so many games that you kind of like, you know, wore yourself out. You burn yourself out of the game too. So that could be also one of the reasons people should like maybe play less games. Because I mean, I can't remember if it was the Mentos or WA9 Skills. I said this back in the days when you were playing Ultimate Team, most accounts would have like a couple of hundred games on them throughout the whole year. Where now, for example, like I probably already have like 200 something games played in the first month of the game. And if I will continue going at this pace, by the end of the year, like I wouldn't, because of the fact that I'm not going to stay for the whole year. I already know that. I already doubted I would. But if I would, I will be like 3,000-4,000 games by the end of the year if I continue this pace, right? Which is not a pace that I imagine that is possible for a lot of people to do, right? I mean, I think a lot of people, they just play too many games early on, and they just get bored of the game because of the fact that they played too much. And this is why I've always said it. It's important for you to play other games while you're playing this game, and not be like, oh, I gotta play this weekend league because the weekend league, like people need to stop feeling like if they miss out on 1 week of something that it's all over. Oh, like I'm behind. You're not behind. In this game here, you could play 1 week and you're just right next to everybody else. Like there's so much available stuff in the game that you don't far, like even if you miss a week, 2 weeks, you're not far behind everybody else. And actually, with just the new promo coming out, with the new stuff coming out, new activities with stuff like that, you're most likely even ahead of them, because if they're not, like getting the new cards and stuff like that, and you are, you're back at it. For example, the only difference could be like, let's say there's a new patch. Maybe you're a little bit behind if you haven't played the new patch, because you're like, oh, the game feels different. Other than that, like card wise, again, like a month into the game, people are still always using Pina. So you'll probably be able to use Pina for the next 3 months. You know what I mean? You'll be just fine. Anyways, I think this video is way longer than I expected. I usually don't make videos this long, but today I just felt like yapping, I guess. But I would like to see comments of people, of what they think about the game. Are they just not having fun? Do they think the game is actually better than they expected? Do they have solutions of what EA could do to make the game better? Is there certain things that they believe that should be like maybe removed from the game, or maybe things that they should add to the game? Like just leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of curious to know what is your guys' opinion about this game and stuff like that. So let me know. Have a good day, guys. See you guys in the next one.